Okay, Pete, what an incredible start. I mean, look, listen, people are going to say we're too negative. They can do whatever they want. It's just that when I look at the starting 11, it's hard to really get excited with the starting 11 that we have today to play against Switzerland.
Switzerland's a good team. They beat Mexico 4-2, right?
Yeah, yeah, we're facing a very strong team right here today. And here's the thing, we know for sure that it can happen where bad players can have a one-off game that they play well, or maybe not bad players, but not the greatest players. And this becomes one of those games where even if we play well, does it change the way you see certain players? Right? I mean,
No.
obviously, we're going to judge them upon the larger data that we have, and I just don't know what to think. But I'm looking at the Switzerland starting 11. We have some really good players here. Kanji's playing, Kobel on goal, Shaka from Leverkusen, right, and Bolo up top. This is a very strong team that we're facing today, and it's one of those. Let's say we get trashed. It also doesn't change too much on how I see these players. It
Yeah.
doesn't change. So, I mean, what else are we going to say? We're going to play Switzerland today. Hopefully, we perform well. I'm looking forward to seeing Paxton Aronson, even though if he's playing out wide, this is most certainly not his best position, because we've seen that with Utrecht, where Paxton played well when he played central. Cardoso, Johnny, he has to start playing well for the national team. Johnny, that's another one to look at. Mark
Yeah.
McKenzie, hopefully he steps up. Brian White won't really change. Brendan Aronson, he is who he is. Sebastian Berhalter and Quinn Sullivan, let's see how they do. I'm not overly excited about those two, but hopefully both of those do well. I don't know what to look forward to. I'm trying my best here.
How many people in this starting lineup do you think should go to the World Cup? McKenzie,
Uh, Turner,
probably Turner,
McKenzie.
maybe Brendan, maybe
I would
Pat.
hope. Yeah, I would hope Johnny if he
Oh
plays well
yeah.
for the national team.
I
Outside
mean,
of
let's
that, no
hope
one
Johnny
else.
doesn't give away another goal today, dude.
Yeah, I mean Johnny, based on club form, sure. Based on national team form, he's not making it.
Yeah.
That's pretty much most of it. And Matt Poliquin saying, "Hell yeah, Berhalter's back." Well, this is a Berhalter we're willing to accept. This is a Berhalter we're willing to accept. Sebastian Berhalter. And Pat, thank you for becoming a new YouTube member. But Pete, you know what's funny? I'm gonna put this on screen, and you're gonna find it funny. Last stream, they requested for me to put the '69 TST jersey as an auction on eBay, and it already has 16 bids, and it's already going for $67.
All
The
right.
the Tactical Manager 69 jersey. The link is in the description of this video. It's one of a kind. There's no other jersey. There's no other Tactical Manager away 69 jersey from the TST. Also, it's very high quality. Pete saw it there. It's a very high quality jersey. You guys, the link is in the description. If you guys want to go put a bid there, go put a bid. It's already at $69 somehow. $67 for the 69 jersey right there. Tactical Manager. The link will be in the description. What's your bet, Pete? How much do you think this is going to go for?
Well, Jose Gomez here says it'll go for $69, which I think would be appropriate.
I doubt it. It still has like 6 days to go. It's already at 67. What's your bet?
I'm going to say 125.
125. Okay. Guys in the chat, what is this jersey going to go for? What's this jersey going to go for? It's already at 67. We still got 66 days to go. 6 more days to go. And it already has 16 bids. Someone's battling for this. They're battling for it. Just Spicy Jeff.
Are they going to go back and forth? Is that what? Can you see who's going for it?
What happens if I click here? Oh, it says I have to log in. I'm not logged in. I can try to check on the phone later, but it's actually pretty funny that it's at 16. But anyhow, we'll check later in the stream. We'll check later in the stream how the bids are going for that. Zach saying, "Where's the almighty Shaq Moore?" Probably watching from home. Watching from home. They're saying congratulations to the under-18s U.S. men's national team winning the tournament in Europe, beating Portugal in penalties. The goaltender plays for MLS Next Pro, Minnesota United FC too. Congrats to them. I think youth tournaments are important to see the progress of the national team, and we have been doing well in U20 tournaments lately, but it's hard for me to be excited about it right now. I was hoping the current generation of the U.S. men's national team would do well, but I'm already reaching a point where I'm starting to look forward to the next one because Christian Pulisic made an Instagram post today. I don't know if you guys saw it. He posted himself on vacation, which is fine. That's fine. Probably you would want to read the room and probably not post it right now, but he made the post. So far, so good. But then he put a caption saying, just what actually let me read the exact words. Um, the caption said, just what the doctor ordered. So essentially, an attack on fans, media members, everything. I don't know why our best player is doing everything he can to be unlikable. I don't get it. Want to go on vacation? Fine. We don't approve it. We don't want to approve it now. He could have still gone to the friendlies. Vinicius Jr. is playing for Brazil right now in World Cup qualifying, and he's going to go play the Club World Cup. And he had a very tough season. Just one player of many examples, right? But fine, Pulisic didn't want to do it. Don't do it. But to make a snarky post like that, it's just sad. It's just sad. That's all I can say about Christian Pulisic right now. You went on vacation. It was your choice. Now just kind of stay quiet. Go enjoy your vacation, but you still have to be snarky. I don't know what else to add to that. I don't know why our best player is trying to be so unlikable right now. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thoughts on Christian Pulisic?
I mean, I feel like I've said everything I need to say on Christian Pulisic and his absence. When I find myself agreeing with Landon Donovan, it's bad. And Landon Donovan made a good point, even though he's a hypocrite for it because he did the exact same thing. But he talked about that Portugal game where Ronaldo, who's 40 years old in the Nations League, which is probably the equivalent of the Gold Cup because they care about Euros and World Cup over there. But he wanted to play for Portugal. He was injured. He took injections just so he could play. And, Donovan was like, look, this is what we want from our guys, right? We don't want our guys pulling out of tournaments to rest, especially after 2 tournaments where they flopped. And some people disagree, right? Some people think, he should be allowed to do that. That's fine, whatever. But I agree with Landon Donovan. This generation consecutively shows that they don't want to play seriously.
Would you say Donovan is just the wrong messenger with the right message?
Yeah, wrong messenger, right message. Now, if Dempsey said it, that'd be a different story because that guy never pulled out.
No, pulled out. Very poor choice of words right there. But
I mean, he has kids, so he clearly didn't pull out.
But no, I when Donovan put that out, I 100% agree with Landon Donovan. The problem is just who's the message. And I don't know if Landon Donovan's the same situation. He was talking about mental health. Christian Pulisic is not really injured as far as we know, is he? He did play 90 minutes.
It's a weird one because there was rumors about him being injured, but it didn't say that in the official press release. Pulisic never said he was injured. And he went and played 80-something minutes in a dead rubber game right after he pulled out of the squad. So the injury thing is very questionable.
So is it the same as Landon? I don't think it is.
What do you mean?
I don't think it's the same situation as Landon. Whether we agree with it or not, Landon Donovan said it was his mental health. We don't know what that guy was going through. Christian Pulisic seems to be fine. He's even good enough to make snarky posts on Instagram making fun of everyone that complained about it.
Yeah, I mean, the mental health thing is a tough one because you can say mental health and it can be I was feeling sad today or it can be I was suicidal, right? Like mental health is a vague term, so it's hard to know. At the end of the day, Donovan did suffer consequences, right? He didn't go to the 2014 World Cup, and even Klinsmann admitted part of that was because of his sabbatical. But it just feels like Pulisic, remember, he also pulled out of that Mexican friendly. And at the time, I actually thought that was okay because it was one friendly. And I was like, Pulisic, but now it's starting to feel like a pattern,
Julian Viva is saying, this is a question for you and Pete. Sorry, but this is a political question. With the ICE protests going on, should LA be able to have games during the World Cup? Well, first and foremost, we're 1 year away. We don't know what's going to be going on now, but LA should 100% be able to have World Cup games during it.
Yeah. And also, I'll be honest, guys, the news, like I live in LA, so I'm hearing from all over the world and the country, people are concerned. Am I okay? LA is fine. I drove all over LA yesterday and today. The protests are in one very small part of downtown, and life goes on other than that. I know there's some shit going on there, but in terms of it actually affecting LA, it's like what you see on the news is not what it is, right? LA is fine.
Yeah, there will be games in LA. There's also going to be the Olympics in LA in 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, in 3 years. So I don't know if this is a political question. You're just asking if there will be games there, and the answer to that is yes. There will be games there.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's all for this one. I'm gonna put the starting 11 for anyone that missed it. So my overall point for the Americans that decided to skip camp, which is many of them, most of our team, they could have very well, if they needed the summer off or whatever, they could have very well gone to the two friendlies against Turkey and Switzerland, prepare, set the tone, get this team ready for the World Cup. They decided to take the whole summer off. Christian Pulisic is making pasta and posting snarky Instagram pictures just to piss off fans. I don't. This is what I don't get. I know some people in the chat said, just let it go, but I just don't understand why you would do this to a fan base that is irritated from what you're doing. This is all that matters, right? The fan base and your country. And this dude consistently attacks them. It's not the first time Christian Pulisic has attacked fans. What did he call him last time? It was when he was defending Berhalter haters.
Yeah, he called the fans haters. He called out the lack of fans during the Morocco game before the World Cup, remember?
Yeah, it was an interesting one. They're saying health, purse. What is purse?
Personal
PERS.
problems. Like
Personal problem. Oh, personal problems. Okay, I didn't read the rest. Health and personal problems happen, but why so many players? I mean, look, if Pulisic's going through something mental, then why is he making a post like that? If it's like mental health issue or whatever with Christian Pulisic.
Yeah, that's what's
Right.
kind of annoying.
Again, it's not an issue. Like Pulisic just wanted time off. That's all he wanted. Fine, you want time off, just read the room. People are not happy, so why are you doing that? Cubo Maker saying we need to move on from Pulisic, Landon's baiting. Yeah, but again, we have no depth. We have no depth. You guys want to get rid of Pulisic? Who do we put there? Like, what do we do?
It's going to be Haji Wright. That's your option.
That's a big drop off.
Unless we went and recruited Nathaniel Brown. So it's like,
It's still a big drop off from Pulisic.
yeah, no, for sure.
They're saying, yeah, this is a good one. I hate people like Pulisic who do a passive aggressive comment. That's what he did. He wasn't really direct by it. First, he had his daddy fight his fight, right? First, it was daddy. And then Pulisic, instead of being very direct like maybe his dad was, he put a passive aggressive comment, which, I mean, do whatever you want, but it's just becoming very unlikable.
I can't complain why there's nobody in the fans. Remember John McKennie also complaining after the Nations League that there was no fans? It's like, well, if you keep pissing off your fans, that's what happens.
Yeah, but we should support the team unconditionally, no matter what happens. Keeping Tab is saying, can Jack McGlynn make the World Cup roster with a strong Gold Cup? Dude, at this point, anyone can. I think
it depends, right? Injuries, form. The problem with Jack is that he's there with a very competitive space, right? You've got Tanner Tessman, you've got Tyler Adams, you've got Johnny Cardoso. That's at least three right there. Obviously, Weston McKennie, Gio, Tillman, Brent. Like, it's a tough one, but it depends on injuries and form, I would say. It's possible. It's possible, but we have to wait and see.
All right. Now, everyone, before we continue here, I have to put a quick word from the sponsor of this video, because if I don't put this, rent will be late. And listen, when we're back in a minute, you guys can drop a like. When we are back in a minute, me and Pete will talk briefly about the TST again. I think a few things we can mention. It'll be funny. They're good stories, very fun stories, and we will be back next year. We'll be back next year to win it. But a quick word from the sponsor. We'll be back in a minute. Drop a like in the video in the meantime, and we'll be back soon. You know, having a VPN is quite important these days because it'll protect your privacy, security by encrypting your data and your IP address. And you know what? It can also help prevent your Google search history from leaking. And that is why we are partnering up with NordVPN. Now listen, very often I travel to Brazil and the channel producer lives in Europe. We have to follow all these soccer games on different streaming services that don't really work outside of the United States. But with a VPN, you can set your location for the United States of America. And very often, it will work. At least it has for myself. And that allows me to watch the games we need and enjoy American content when located abroad. And today we have a special offer for you through NordVPN. Click the link in the description of this video and you will get 4 extra months on your 2-year plan, which technically means you get 4 free months in your 2-year plan. But they're not actually free, they're extra. Does that make any sense? It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description of this video to get your special offer. And in the process, you'll be helping yourself and the channel. And thank you very much, NordVPN. Okay, link for NordVPN special offers in the description of this video. So the so-called, for a long time, this generation was called the golden generation. And at the moment, there's only one way they can actually fix their entire reputation. Because right now they're seen as a very shitty generation, very unlikable generation that I think I haven't really disliked the generation as much as the one that failed to qualify to the World Cup. And even so, that generation had players that we very much still appreciated. Why Clint was there, Howard was there. There were many Jermaine Jones, a lot of players there that we still respect to this day.
Jeff Cameron too.
Jeff Cameron was there. He didn't play though the last few games.
2014 he did.
Yeah, but I think Bruce Arena had Jeff on the bench against Trinidad.
Oh yeah, that was all MLSers mostly.
Yeah, but it's just the generation right now. Unless they turn up in the World Cup, which let's be real, right now, I think unless we rig the World Cup, I don't see how these guys go far based on the data we have. Unless they turn up in the World Cup, this generation's legacy is just failure. That's all it is. And Christian Pulisic's an interesting one because he's meant to be the best U.S. men's national team player of all time. But he was there when we failed to qualify to the World Cup. It wasn't his fault.
Not on him, though. He was the top scorer at 18 years old.
It's not on him, but he was there. It's not on him, but he was there.
I think the Copa America and the Nations League failures, he has
and
to
the Berhalter endorsement in the first
and
time.
the Berhalter endorsement to bring him back. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, it's not on him, but he was there when we failed to qualify. Like it or not, he was there. Even the iconic picture is him crying on the field. And then he says that he cares so much about the national team, goes on vacation, puts a snarky comment attacking pretty much everyone that criticized him for it, which is actually very unanimous, right? Like the fans, the media, everyone has been against it. But congratulations to Pulisic. Now, about the lineup today, let's talk a little bit about this game because the game will start in 5 minutes or so. Is there anything you're looking forward to in this lineup? There's a few things for me.
I want to see what Paxton does for sure. I want to see how Paxton looks. I want to see if Johnny can finally have a good national team performance. We still haven't really seen that from him. So that's a big one. Can Mark McKenzie continue to be steady? Because I thought the last 45 minutes against Turkey, he actually looked quite good next to Richards. I would have wanted them to start together, actually, again, because we need to start building. These are probably going to be our starters at the World Cup. So I kind of want them to get more minutes together so they can develop chemistry. But, of course, we've got to give MLS or Walker Zimmerman a shot today. So.
Yeah, for me, I'm interested in Paxton, but I hope we don't play him out wide. We've seen it with Utrecht that his best performances were central every single time.
Even as an 8. He doesn't have to be the 10. He can be an 8.
Yeah, I want to see Mark McKenzie stand out. That's important. And again, we're going to be facing a tough opponent. He's going to have to be marking Embolo, so if he can hold his own there.
Turner. Can he have a good game, right? This guy's going to Lyon, so.
There's that too, because as of now, Matt Turner is our number one coming into the World Cup. He's going to go to Lyon. That's a really strong team in Europe. I don't know if he's going to be a starter for Lyon. It looks like he will because Luca Perry is leaving, going to Roma, I believe. If Turner can play well this summer and then go to Lyon and be a consistent starter, that'll be kind of important because with the shit team that we have right now, we're going to need a very good goalkeeper in good form for the World Cup if we want to do anything. Gabe, the American Leeds fan, saying, as YouTubers, we should have had our parents fight our battles in online beefs against each other. Then we will be a proper U.S. men's national team. You're right. I'm going to start telling my mom and my dad, anytime someone attacks me on X, for them to step in.
Yeah.
We should start doing that. You got a lot of family members, Pete. You should ask them to step in.
A lot of siblings. My mom won't because she doesn't even know what Twitter is, but maybe I can get some of my siblings to fight my battles.
Yeah, I think we need to start strengthening our family ties here and get our families involved in fighting our battles here. That then will look like the U.S. men's national team where the Reynas fight the Berhalters and it's funny because I think it was Eric Rinaldo when I had him on once, and he said that what happened to Gio Reyna in the World Cup, the reaction of the parents would have been the exact same with the Pulisic if Pulisic wasn't playing.
Yeah,
Mark Pulisic. They would have done the same to well, not the same because they probably didn't know the domestic
they didn't
violence
have the
case.
information. Yeah,
They didn't have the information, but they would have created chaos and complaints and all of that if Pulisic was put in the same position. Now, obviously, Pulisic wasn't, and they definitely didn't know about the kicks, the Berhalter kicks, right? They didn't know about it, so none of that happened. It's the same thing. It's U.S. soccer, soccer dads, soccer moms. They'll create chaos everywhere,
it
and
is pretty funny that for 5 years they were focused on Berhalter's kicks, like his shoes. Turns out that was a very important part of his legacy.
yeah, he's a kicker. He's a
He's a
kicker.
kicker.
Yeah, eventually that came out. I still remember that day where he randomly made a Twitter account that no one knew about, right? And then just like post of like I kicked my at the it was just crazy. And he even implied at the time that it was like blackmail, right? Someone put this information to take me down. That's what the post said. I don't
Even
even
the
know.
investigation said it wasn't blackmail.
No, it wasn't. It really wasn't. And then yeah, and he liked Berhalter liked one of my tweets where I posted that Ian Joy Paul was talking about how Berhalter used to headbutt the wall when they lost or something.
Hmm. Dude,
And
huge
gave
parts of the stadium are empty. And this is an MLS stadium. It's not a big stadium.
and Nashville usually sells out.
Yeah. And that's what their boy Walker's starting.
No one cares about this team anymore, dude. No one cares. There, there's a chance of like eventually us having more people here in our live chat than, than the stadium.
What's the capacity of Nashville? Like 25,000, I think.
25. It's not even very big. It's an
No.
okay
So
size.
if it's maybe half full, it's what, 12,000 people? That's like an MLS game.
Pretty bad. Well, not for Nashville. They sell out.
Yeah, no, Nashville does well. They're getting more fans in Nashville than the national team is getting. Even though there's a lot of MLSers, you'd think the MLS fans would love this.
I think even they're tired of the national team. But everyone, we have 128 likes in this stream. If you could kindly get it to over 300, we have 700 people in the chat. Just get the likes up. It helps the channel a lot. It's free, and that's all. I'm not going to continue to beg, even though what else can I do at this point? So the teams are in. The national anthem will play. So I think it's more than half full, Pete. I think it's more than half from what it looks like. But and gave the American saying Pulisic is over 25, letting his dad fight his battles against another antisocial American star who decided not to play an important World Cup lead up. Yeah, Pulisic is a very wealthy professional athlete that plays in front of thousands of people at age 26. And for some reason, his dad was the one fighting Landon Donovan. And then Pulisic is actually making a snarky post which seems to be against the fans too. It's just really, really funny to see. He better show up for the World Cup, dude. He better show up and do
No,
on
he
the
has
World
to.
Cup.
And I don't mean just show up. He needs to deliver at the World Cup. If he wants to rescue his legacy with this fan base, I think he has to have an amazing World Cup.
Yeah, and I mean for our sake too, because being a freaking asshole or not, he still is our best player, and we kind of need him to perform well in the World Cup, whether we like it or not. We kind of need him. The national anthems are playing right now. There's a few Switzerland fans there in the stadium. Do we have a big Swiss community in the U.S.? Probably not, right?
I don't imagine. No, it's not a big community in the world, so I can't imagine there being a big community in the U.S.
I mean, what's their population even? Switzerland,
It's like 5 mil or something.
8.8 million. That's like
8.8.
smaller than Florida. Isn't that the population of New York City?
Smaller, I think. And smaller than LA. LA
New
is
York,
9 million.
New York City population 2025. It's 8.5 million. So it's roughly the same as New York City, the entire country of Switzerland. Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to see here if I didn't miss anyone. Oh, let me check the auction. If anyone missed that, it's at $70, Pete. The Tactical Manager.
Whoa. We went from 67 to 70.
Okay, in the chat, who made this offer? Now it's $70. It's $70 now in the chat right here. $70 for the jersey. And And the link is in the description if you guys want to buy this. It ends in 6 days. It ends in 6 days. It's the TST. But the TST, just so you guys know, if you guys watch the TST games, we managed to score goals, but we didn't have a defense. Do you guys want to know why some of our defenders were missing? Do you guys want to know the stories? There's some funny stories here. I can't get into some details, maybe a year from now, because there were some nasty stories with a few people that are not coming back.
Yeah.
One of our defenders was coming from Brazil, and he allegedly lost his green card and he couldn't get in the country. Yeah. This was last minute. The other defender that played professionally in Brazil for years, unfortunately, he tore his ACL 1 week prior to the tournament.
Yeah.
Torn ACL. The other one that played in La Liga, was a good player, Edson Ratinho, kind of disappeared. No, I'm dead serious. He did the whole training camp, and when we were going to leave, the dude disappeared. Just disappeared. It gets also crazy. There's a player that was really good that we had that we brought. I'm not going to put names. We brought him all the way to North Carolina from Florida. And when he got there, he decided to quit.
Yeah, it was something to do with his college that didn't really make any sense.
It didn't make any sense. He decided to quit. He bought a flight back. He just left.
Yeah, we also had another defender who was going to be there, but then he couldn't be there because of work. His work wouldn't let him go. Right, Gaio?
Yeah, he was work related though. Yeah, it did hurt us.
So we had 5 defenders that we couldn't bring to the TST. And we scored a lot of goals, but we were very leaky at the back line. We scored 7 goals in 3 games, right? So not terrible. We just conceded more than we scored. And we believe a lot of that is down to the fact that most of our back line had issues before the tournament.
Well, the lesson of the story is you got to start paying players, because as soon as they mess up, you just don't pay them. When there's money involved, they will do it. So next year, we're coming back. We're coming back, and we're winning the tournament next year, right, Pete?
That's the plan.
Hopefully that's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to do. So we'll be back next year for the TST. I think so. At least it looks like we're going to be back. But anyhow, let's put this here on screen. The starting 11 is out. Did I miss anything? Let me see if I didn't miss anyone in the chat. Let's do this. Score predictions in the chat. Score predictions. R. Lubin is saying, if Pulisic was still benched at Chelsea, would he have accepted the call-up? Milan feels like a new safe haven, not the US men's national team. I don't know. I don't think it even matters too, because let me change the whole take here. If Milan was in the Club World Cup, would Pulisic play? The answer to that is yes. Okay? So he would have played all summer long if Milan was in the Club World Cup. And the game just started here. I'm probably delayed because it didn't start for me, but it started on FootMob. Did it start for you?
It hasn't started for me either. I'm watching on HBO Max.
Dude, everyone thinks the U.S. is going to lose.
I mean, Switzerland are the better team. They are the better team, so that's a fair take.
Yeah. So if he was benched for Chelsea, would he play? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Game just kicked off for me.
So you're also ahead. Where are you watching it?
Max.
Why is mine so fucking delayed? Sorry for cursing, guys. Where are you guys right now? I'm like a minute delayed, probably. I'm at second 10 right now. What are you, Pete?
I'm second 26.
I'm so behind.
Don't ruin it in the chat for him.
Yeah, I mean there's a big odd that I don't care too much. So they're saying Peacock 35 seconds. Okay, so I'm pretty much, it seems TNT 30. Yeah, there's people that have the same crap as me. Hank Hill said he's at the 90th minute. It's 4-0 for Switzerland.
Dude, have you ever been in a stadium and FootMob updated the score before it happened in real time?
Yes, it's
that happened to me once. I was literally at the stadium and I was scrolling through the scores, and all of a sudden it said, I was like, oh, that must be a mistake. And then right after that, they scored. And I was like, how?
It's the Twilight Zone.
Dude.
It's the Twilight Zone. It's totally the Twilight
Zone. Nice takedown from Paxton.
Yeah, now a free kick or goal kick. I'm still behind. So Matt Turner just goes long. Paxton with a good
Watch
first
the
touch.
takedown from Paxton on this.
Yeah. Back to Walker Zimmerman with those very
That's better
stiff
hold
hip.
up play than Aguilar has ever had his entire life.
Yep. And then Zimmerman with some very stiff hips right there. He can't really move them well. Doesn't move like a soccer player. Sebastian Berhalter finds Paxton. And Paxton is playing on the right wing, and Brendan's playing as the 10. Nathan Harrio finds Aronson. I would say it's more than half full, the stadium. I'd say like 70 to 80%. 70 to 80%. They're saying, what are these uniforms? I actually like these uniforms.
These are some of the best we've had in a couple of years, to be honest.
Yeah, I actually like the uniforms. Oh, Pochettino got a haircut. I can tell. Got a haircut. Let's see if I didn't miss anyone here in the chat. They're saying JH saying odds the man's team gets beat bare post today. Just gets beat today? The odds are high. I mean, it is a friendly, so sometimes the other team just doesn't turn up, but I would say the odds are pretty high. JD is saying this lineup suggests we don't care about winning. A little bit, but at the same time, when I look at our bench, do you think the options were much better? Let me look at our bench here real quick.
No. Also, Tyler Adams is injured now. I would have started Chris Richards again, giving him and McKenzie some reps, personally.
Richards would be one. Maybe Token over Arfsen.
Token instead of Arfsen. Why does Arfsen get to start twice?
Maybe
Tillman I would start
over
Downs and Tillman.
Probably Haji over Sullivan.
I thought Sullivan was one that looked a little bit bright against Turkey. I'm curious to see what he does today.
Played what, like 15 minutes against Turkey?
15, 20 minutes. I'm fine with giving young players a chance. It's the old retreads that I'm a little bit like, why are we still?
So you're not happy with Walker Zimmerman?
Not really.
They're saying, let me see. They're saying, oh, Scott, you're in Japan. Hopefully you enjoy it, Scott. What city in Japan are you? Tokyo? Kyoto? Osaka? Enjoy Japan, man. Beautiful country. They're saying odds Matt Turner gets beat near post.
Very possible.
Say pretty high odds. Very high odds. It's funny because Switzerland's just letting the U.S. have the ball for the first 4 minutes. Oh, my God.
Watch Arfsten's touch in the box.
Okay, let's see. Arfsten got the ball. 1-2, Sebastian Berhalter. Brendan finds Arfsten, and he just kind of lost it very easily.
Heavy touch.
Yeah, the lack of quality was evident in that play. It was pretty bad.
My God. Zimmerman almost got. Whoo!
They're saying, Filippo, do you know where to watch Brazil? Well, I don't know where to watch Brazil. I know where you can watch it. But if I tell you, I would get in trouble, and your computer could end up getting AIDS. So I don't know where you can watch Brazil legally in the U.S. I don't. Mike P saying, what time are you at so I can synchronize the stream and TV? I'm at minute 5, 5-1, 5-2, 5-3, 5-4, 5-5 right now. So 5 minutes and 7, 5 minutes and 8. Brian White wins it, so 5 minutes and 10 seconds. And now Brendan Aronson trying to win it. Switzerland gets it back. Switzerland's letting us have the ball because they know we can't do crap with it.
Yeah, I actually think we're playing well, too. We just haven't really been too penetrative yet, but it's 6 minutes early.
Sebastian Berhalter tries to go long. Sam Hayes saying, what will it take to turn the U.S. men's national team around? Treat the sport like basketball and go all in and making it low-income sport? Free high-level academies? Look, because it's not within our culture, we have to build the culture, and you have to make soccer more accessible in this country. We talked about the open pyramid, having more clubs, reducing the amount of pay-to-play clubs. You can only do that via an open pyramid. The college system's not going to work. The high school system's not going to work. None of that will work. Also, having a successful national team in the World Cup would help. because you want to change a little bit of the culture. But ideally, it's an open pyramid, which if we had started it 30 years ago in the 90s, you would be seeing the effects of it now. Now, if we start it right now, it wouldn't really matter at the moment. It would matter over the long term. There's no short-term fix. That's what I'll say. There's no magic wand or something that you can just do right now that'll fix the U.S. men's national team and turn it to what we have in basketball or football, right? And you don't need to make it a low-income sport. You just need to make it accessible to all, which it's not, right? I think making it a low-income sport is not the right term. Anything you want to add to that, Pete? Anything you think you disagree or agree with?
Same. Accessible to all, right? And that means you have to get rid of pay for play for sure, because then it's a merit-based system. Pay to play and pro rel are the two biggest things holding us back. And then when you don't have no longer pay to play, you incentivize clubs to develop players because they sell them on to bigger clubs, and then they get trickle down fees. That's the sort of thing that really helps clubs focus on player development instead of earning fees. Right. Also, let's be honest, who can afford the fees? Players that are going to go to college and become white collar workers, not future soccer players. You go to all the clubs in America, most of them are in the suburbs, right? And so in the suburbs, what do you have? You have kids from high income or middle class income families who, even if there are some good players, they're probably not going to become professionals because most of them don't even have the mental capacity to become professionals, with very few exceptions. But they're the people taking up all the spots because their parents can afford to pay $5,000-$6,000 a year for them to play soccer. Whereas the poor Latino kid who maybe grew up with a ball around his feet, his parents can't afford that, so he doesn't even get the opportunity to grow as a player.
Yeah, I think also just pro rel and having an open pyramid itself, you don't need to abolish pay to play. Pay to play can still exist. It exists in Brazil. But the moment you do pro rel, you're going to have many more free academies, more investment from smaller investment, just in general to get solidarity payments or invest in the community so you can grow within and move up the ranks without investing in, stars that are much more expensive. You change the culture, you get more local clubs and not these big ass franchises.
You don't abolish pro rel, but you put things in place pay to play. But you put things in place that make pay to play no longer viable. And the really good players will go to the free clubs in the area, and those are the ones that will get money and sell those players on.
Yeah, unfortunately in the US we don't have that right now, so you see the reflection of that with the national team, and I mean, you see how the players behave, and they mostly behave like spoiled rich kids. That's how most of them behave, which is probably what they are.
Turner looks so anxious.
Anton is saying we should play a low defensive block. We're not that good. Only a couple of nations can play offensive football. Play defensive football and counter. It's the only way until, if ever, we have world-class players. No, we agree with that, right? We agree with that. And we talked about this, me and Pete, for the past few months, actually, where we should just go back to our roots. This is how the U.S. men's national team used to play. Yeah. We're not that good. We can't be a possession-based team. We're not good enough for that. And we don't have the depth in case a few players get injured to just replace them. So, yeah, we should play ugly. Defend like we always have. Defend for our lives. Counterattack. Try to win 1-0. Set pieces. We're not good enough to be this tiki-taka pass positional play team, and that's not who we are. And
unless you're in CONCACAF, then you still have to be dominant with the ball. I'm saying at World Cups and Copa Americas, it might be a different story.
Yeah, but we didn't really bunker against like CONCACAF teams outside of Mexico in the past.
No, we didn't.
So it's essentially going back to our roots where it wasn't pretty, but that's how we got the best out of these teams in terms of results.
Yeah.
Organic Film Print saying, any update on recruiting Brown from your connects? Pete, do you have any information on that? I don't have anything.
I don't think it's happening.
Okay, there you have it, guys. We're probably not getting Nathaniel Brown. That's the update. And it doesn't feel like the Federation cares. The last time I heard an update was from Edgar on X, and what he's saying is that they never really reached out.
They did not. All right, Tack, I'll be in and out. I'll see you at halftime.
Try not to fall asleep.
I'll do my best.
Okay. If we don't see Pete here in a couple minutes, that means he fell asleep. And it's really early still in California, 5 p.m., and we'll see. I have another screen on because Brazil is also playing. I'm interested in seeing how Brazil does under Carlo Ancelotti. We'll see how that goes. And here comes Switzerland. 11 minutes, and Literally nothing happened in this game. The U.S. has been doing fine, but literally nothing happened. And now Switzerland has the ball in possession. Akanji. Antonio Yacht saying, real talk, appreciate y'all. You two have done more to keep me engaged with the U.S. national team than the actual team and players. That is quite sad because, I mean, I appreciate your kind words, first and foremost. But it's quite sad, right? Because in the grand scheme of things, me and Pete should be almost irrelevant in the grand scheme of things. It should be the players that make everyone stay engaged, not us. But if we helped, I appreciate the kind words and I'm kind of happy for it. But at the end of the day, I wish it was the players and not us in this case. And here comes Switzerland. Oh my God. What just happened? Was that Zimmerman and Harriel? And Doy just scored. That through ball went through who? Who did that through ball go through? Let me see. Was it Harriel and Zimmerman? Yep. I think it was a little bit. Harriel lost his man, but I'm just going to blame both of them. The ball also deflected off someone. There's a pass. Someone didn't clip it and just go. Oh. 1-0 for Switzerland. It's crazy because we just had the ball. We moved it one way or another. We didn't do jack shit. What channel is the Brazil game? Guys, I told you, I can't tell you. I can't tell you. You guys have to figure out on your own. I think Fanatiz has it. Comebol World Cup qualifying. Watch USA. I think, is it Fanatiz? How to watch. I'll tell you guys right now. Brazil and Paraguay, Ancelotti. Where do you watch it? Fubo TV. Fubo TV will have the Brazil game. Okay, actually, that I can put. The Brazil game will be on Fubo TV, and it looks like it's on Bein Sports on Fubo TV. So just look up just Bein Sports. If you have Bein Sports, you can watch it, or just Fubo TV, and you can watch Brazil play Paraguay in Brazil. Carlo Ancelotti's second game in charge. The first one was 0-0 against Ecuador. Now Brazil play Paraguay. Spicy Jeff, I see your super chat. Spicy Jeff, the Tactical Manager 69 jersey auction is on eBay, Spicy Jeff. So you can click the link in the description and you can get the official Tactical Manager 69 jersey. One of a kind. There's no other. There's no other Tactical Manager white 69 jersey if you want it. The auction's on eBay. The link is in the description. Ball goes in. Cleared. Cleared. U.S. gets the ball. Paxton. Nathan Harriel to Paxton. Cross goes in. Cleared by Akanji. And I think Brendan recovers the ball for the United States. Goes back to Arfston. Back to Walker. And that's going to probably go to Nathan Harriel. Is that Nathan Harriel? I'm watching on the iPad, and these players are tiny. They look very small on the iPad. They look as short as Tom Cruise right now. You guys know that I'm taller than Tom Cruise, right? Did you guys know that? I'm taller than Tom Cruise. Dan Gordon is saying, does the fact that our European-based stars bailed on this camp indicate trouble between them and Pochettino? Is there a morale problem? Look, there's no evidence that there are issues between the European players and Pochettino. There's zero evidence of that. With that said, there's no evidence that there are no issues. I don't want to start rumors. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know. Jeff Carey is saying, later I will expose Tack and his TST's team. Major spicy scandal. Jeff, you were not there. You were not there. Did you have an affair with one of my players, Jeff? If you did, tell me right now. Which player was it? Which player was going out at night and having an affair with Spicy Jeff? Who was it? And they're saying Brazil is on VIX and Univision. Univision. And Spicy Jeff, go check out the 69 Tactical Manager jersey. The link is in the description of this video. We started the auction that you guys requested, so we put the link in the description. Okay. And did Switzerland almost score again? Jeff ain't gay. We don't know that. We don't know what Jeff is. If he's gay, it's fine. Oh, Nathan Harrio just got nutmegged. Oh my God. That was embarrassing. You got to feel bad for the guy. You got to feel bad. Jonathan Francis. The fact that our top players bailed showed that how thin we are in terms of talent. They don't feel threatened to lose their spots. No competitive fire. That is true. We have no depth, and the players know this. Cross goes in, and Switzerland, dude, this might be a bloodbath. This is starting to look ugly. The gap in quality between this Swiss team and the U.S. men's national team, it's not even close. This could get ugly. It's 1-0, but just when they get into the final third, you just see the difference in terms of talent. And now the Swiss are starting to press. Darian is saying, I was optimistic after the Qatar World Cup, thinking we would slowly improve. Feels like we've gotten worse every year after that pain. That is spot on. 2023 was worse than 2022. 2024 was worse than 2023. And so far, 2025 has been worse than 2024. We got to hope 2026 is not worse than 2025. That's what we got to hope for. The problem is, I don't know, man. If we don't rig the World Cup, it's not looking good. It just isn't looking good. I don't know what else to say. And here comes Switzerland. Long ball in, cleared by Mark McKenzie. And then we get the ball, and you can't do shit with this hot potato right here. We just want to get rid of the ball. Kevin is saying our goalkeeper poll became so shallow after Tim Howard. Why? Kevin, I don't know how to explain it. Goalkeepers used to be our forte, our strength. Now it's becoming the Achilles heel of this team. Matt Turner sucks. Zach Steffen sucks. Matt Freese sucks. Patrick Schulte sucks. Everyone sucks. It used to be our strength, and right now it's not. I don't know. It just feels like player development in the United States has not gotten better. And I keep hearing that MLS is doing a great job. I'm not seeing it. I told you, if you go 20 years ago, our team was probably better than the one right now. Imagine if you also remove the players not developed in MLS. Remove the players not developed in MLS and how much worse we are right now. I don't know. I don't know why our goalkeepers decided to all become ass. I wish I had the answer. I wish I had the answer to everything. I just don't have it. Unfortunately, I just don't have it. Harrio is so bad. What is he doing here? I don't know. We also brought him to the Olympics, if you don't remember. He's a very mediocre player, and we brought him. I don't know why. Maybe we should have given this camp to Marlon Fossey. See what he can actually do for the national team. Steven is saying, I hated Greg Berhalter. Now I hate Pochettino. Yeah. I still don't think Pochettino's a bad coach. I just think this guy doesn't give a crap. I just think he doesn't care. It's quite evident. It's pretty evident, actually. Switch. Here comes Switzerland and bad touch, and Arfston will pass it back to Matt Turner and try to go long. Okay, back here. NCAA is better than MLS Next Pro for development. I don't think NCAA is going to fix anything with youth development, S27. Here's the problem. At what age do the players arrive at NCAA? 18? 19? By that time, in the football world or the soccer world, they're already professional players in many places. You can't start developing a player when he's 18. What happens in the years prior? So college would only be age 18. That's a professional player. Yes, MLS Next Pro is terrible. Yeah, it's not. They're just not doing a good job in general, Major League Soccer. Jeff Carey said, I'm not enjoying watching the men's team, but I can't quit you, Tack, after that day on Brokeback Mountain. Great movie, by the way, but we never went together to Brokeback Mountain. We never did. I'm sorry, Jeff. Maybe it was someone that looks like me and tricked you, but it wasn't me. It really wasn't. I 100% deny those rumors. It didn't happen, Jeff. It just didn't happen. Steven Spada saying, does Pochettino not caring harm his job prospects, though? No one wants a losing coach no matter how much they care. Pochettino seems to be in a losing trajectory for a long time. I think PSG broke this man. Ever since he coached PSG, it just broke him down. He used to be so passionate for Tottenham. It was like a different version of Mauricio Pochettino. And then PSG broke this guy. And then when he was coaching Chelsea, he just seemed defeated. And then he came to the U.S. men's national team, and I thought we were going to get the Tottenham version of him. And we got something like the PSG version, or even worse. We got like the soccer dad version of Pochettino. Or worse, actually, soccer dads care more. I don't know what version we got. We just got the shit version. And here comes Switzerland. Oh my goodness, it just blew by Arfston 2-0. 2-0. It's gonna look. Who just was it? Arfston that he just blew by. It was Arfston. He just blew by Arfston down the right flank with so much ease. And then just had someone wide open. Whoever scored the goal was completely wide open, 1 yard away from the goal. Unreal. I mean, we can probably start joking about it, right? We can start joking about it. Okay. Let's go back here. 2-0 for Switzerland, 24 minutes. And they're not even pushing it. They're not even trying. Alexander Rune is saying the Gold Cup is a waste of our players' time. You can't take any conclusions. Even Saudi Arabia will probably not make it to the World Cup. I agree that the Gold Cup is ass, but we needed our players playing together to build chemistry. Because especially and build their confidence too. Because we've been asked for so long. We got grouped in the Copa America. We had an embarrassing Nations League. So the Gold Cup could be something for us to build upon with our best players. We build upon, they build chemistry. We regain our confidence because this team just looks beaten down. It's 2-0 and Switzerland is not trying. They're not trying, dude.
Tack, I think we're being too negative, man. 2-0 is not that bad. That's pretty good. Also, Max Arfsson really cares. It didn't stop him from getting beat in the box by a 19-year-old, but boy, did these MLSers care.
Yeah, at least they care, right? El American saying, I wanted Hervernard. That guy gets me fired up. I mean, Hervernard was our number one option. I'm not going to lie. I was very happy with the Pochettino hire. I thought it was a good hire on paper, but this guy doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
I do think we would have looked different with Hervernard, but now it's too late. We're not getting Hervernard. It's not happening. So it's unfortunate, and we're stuck with this soccer dad version of Pochettino that I think PSG killed this man, his spirit, Pete. Ever since he went to PSG, just killed this man's spirit.
I mean, he did okay at Chelsea. It was bad at the beginning, but he turned it around there, right? Towards the end, got them back up into fifth. But here he really just looks like he does not give a fuck.
No, and if Switzerland really pushes it, this will get ugly.
Yeah.
I just don't think Switzerland cares enough, dude. They're not trying.
No, it's a friendly for them. They're not trying. They're in cruise control, and they're just ripping us apart easily. Way too easily.
Yeah, and Dave Valensky's saying if the coach doesn't care, then the players don't care. Why should I care? I don't know. I can't really. I don't have an argument for you. It's your country, I guess. But yeah, I get it. I get that sentiment. Here's the thing. I used to care a lot more about friendlies too, getting the win and all that. I don't care that much about the result. It's not because I don't care about the national team. It's just hard to care about these players. Yeah. It's what we said in the last stream. Someone sent a chat that was perfect. Our good players don't care, and the ones that care just suck ass.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. You can care all you want. I care. Put me on the field. I'm still going to get destroyed no matter how much I care.
Exactly. I would care. I'll give my life for this national team. But if I play, we're losing every single game. And they're saying Pulisic is laughing right now. Yeah, good for him. Good for him. Good for him. I would just tell you one thing. He's going to have one tournament to save his legacy. It's the World Cup.
Yeah.
He either kills it in the 2026 World Cup or that man's legacy with the national team is ruined forever. Steven Spot is saying we need Pochettino to go back to Argentina. This is going to be 6-0. I don't think the Federation can afford to fire this man.
Yeah.
I don't think they can. Saying, Kevin, tack for the head coach of the 2026 World Cup. No. One, I'm not qualified for that. And two, I don't want the job. Unless they pay millions, then I'll take the job, but I think it'll be shit. So, no. Timothy W. say, I'd rather watch the WNBA. This is a joke of a team. I'd ban Pulisic for what he pulled. He's now the Rapinoe category for me. Look, we can't ban Pulisic from the national team because we kind of suck. That's why.
Yeah.
We suck. Julian Viva is saying he wants Pellegrino Materazzo. Sure. But at this point with these players, I don't know if there's any coach that can operate a miracle. Oh, Luis Diaz, what a freaking goal against Argentina. Did you see that?
No.
Oh, my God. Just blew by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, and then just a clinical finish on Martinez. 5 players, dude. That's Argentina.
Yeah.
Kyler
He's up against Arfston.
Oh, my God. He dribbles Arfston back and forth again. Kyler saying it's sad that Gio's backheel goal he posted on Instagram was the only decent American footballing I'll be witnessing today. It's also practice. I don't give a crap what he does in practice.
Yeah.
It was practice. Good moment, but players pull that off in practice. Jan Bure saying, was Pochettino a yes man and that's why the U.S. hired him? He used to not be a yes man. Is he now? I don't know, but that's not really who he was. Jeff Carey saying, I care about Tack and Pete, 69 all the way. Did you make an offer, Jeff, on the 69 jersey? It's at $71 now, the jersey, Jeff. 71. Did you make an offer? I feel like Jeff's going to be the one to buy it. He's going to be the one to buy the 69 jersey. So the dude that blew by Arfston is 19? Yeah. 19-year-old from Freiburg.
Yeah, he's 19 years old. It's not like it was Embolo.
No. We're gonna end up not doing player ratings again, are we? It's gonna be
Oh shit. Oh, he screwed it up. Switzerland almost scored again, but the guy took too many touches in the box. Oh, he just beat Arfston again. Oh, no, corner.
Arfston sucks ass, man.
Yeah, dude. Like, we've been through this before for the last 6 years. You just fill a roster out with MLSers, and it looks like shit, and you wonder why.
Walker Zimmerman has been the ass, too.
Yeah. Well, he got him and Harrio got split on the first goal way too easily.
Yep, it's one of those. Do you bring the good players that not care, or you bring the crap players that care? This is Arfston caring, dude.
Yeah, that's him caring. Imagine if he didn't care. Dude, also, Nathan Harriel lost his starting lineup in Philadelphia to a 19-year-old. You're not even a starter in MLS. Why are you getting called up to the national team?
I don't know. He's also not a left back.
No, but he's not anything. He's like just an MLS level player.
(2-0) Switzerland, 30 minutes into the game. Adrian Areola is saying MLS play hard but suck. Our Euro guys got no heart. Shaking my head. We are in for a heartbreak and disappointment. Hopefully not. Guys, you got to stay hopeful. There is a slight chance that the World Cup will be rigged. There's a slight chance. Oh, about the team, no. The team, we're screwed. If the team goes how it is and it's not rigged, we're screwed. But believe there is a chance that it will be rigged. That's the only way we'll do well. Steven Spot is saying we're watching a waste of our tax dollars. I don't think the team is government funded.
No.
So we do
I mean,
waste.
they might get grants for all we know because they are technically a charity.
Yeah. Scenes when Bermuda eliminates the United States in the World Cup round 32. I don't think Bermuda is even making it to the World Cup. I don't think so. Dude, Pete, we don't know the group yet, but the way we've been playing, would you be shocked if the U.S. struggled to get out of the group in the World Cup?
Oh, my God. 3-0.
3?
Matt Turner mistake. Matt Turner
Let me
mistake.
see. Rodriguez with the ball down the left. Let's see what happens. What the
Matt Turner just pushed it right out into.
Is that the Lyon goalkeeper?
Supposed to start for Lyon in the Champions League. What the hell was that? Oh, my God. And then Arston lost his man. Oh, geez. Oh, my God. Bro, this could get ugly.
3-0 at home.
So negative, Tack.
Dude, the only thing that can save the U.S. is one thing, Pete, is if the Switzerland show mercy.
Yeah. No, they have to take their foot off the gas in the second half. Keep it 3-0.
They just feel bad, right? They just feel bad.
It's getting embarrassing at this point.
David Addison is saying, where do y'all think the rot is in U.S. men's soccer? Or do we just accept that the team is average? Well, the rot starts with the federation, right? Yeah. If you fix that, eventually everything else will be fixed. But as I said earlier in the stream, there's no quick fix. It has to start up top, and it'll take multiple years. There's no quick fix.
No.
The rot is pretty bad, but it starts with the federation. JH saying bunch of average MLS players. Yeah, they're not even the best MLS players.
No.
Brian White is so good. Oh my God, Ronaldo, watch out.
Arston in the box. Oh my God.
Brian White is a 29 or 30-year-old MLS lifer. That's all you have to know.
Yeah.
Dude, Arston. Oh my God. Arston.
What is he doing? What is he doing there? Not even trying to cross it or shoot on target? Bro.
The fuck is this dude? What is going on? Oh my God. The Lyon goalkeeper. Can they still pull out of this deal? They might want to reconsider.
They might.
They're saying USA ranked 16th, overhyped by Alexi. Dude, right now we're not a top 30 nation in the world the way we've been playing the past 12 months.
No, we're not top 50. Oh my God. Oh no.
Jeff Carey saying, who are you picking to win the Club World Cup?
Oh my God, 4-0.
4-0? Oh boy. Oh my God.
Oh geez. Oh boy, I'll see you at halftime, Tack. I'm gonna go get some water. I need it.
4-0. Seriously, if we don't rig the World Cup, it'll be a group stage exit.
Yeah.
Oh boy. This is pretty freaking bad. 4-0 to Switzerland. 36 minutes. 4-0 Switzerland in the United States of America. Switzerland 4, United States 0, nada, nothing. Jeff, I'm not following much of the Club World Cup, so I don't know who's going to win it. PSG, Real Madrid. I honestly don't know, Jeff. I haven't been following it. I know it starts next week, something like that. Kevin Campbell saying Arfston's ball watching is on point. Yeah, the dude watches balls. If there's someone that watches balls, it's Arfston. Dude's like in a porno right now, just ball watching everything. Balls everywhere. He sees a ball, he watches it. If he sees two balls, he watches it even more. That's Arfston right now. Steven Spada saying I'm rooting for Switzerland right now. I'm not rooting for anything. I'm numb. I'm numb. I don't care anymore. I just don't care. Lee Woodcock saying, think our best guys would care if Pochettino cared? They should care regardless. Isn't this their country? Think about it for a second. If you were in the national team and your coach didn't care, would you not care? I would still care. This is my country. We're literally having our country be humiliated at home. Zach is saying, I wouldn't be against sacking Pochettino a year out. I'm not against it either. I'm okay sacking Pochettino. Falcon is saying we're slowly losing the next generation of fans. Falcon, slowly is an understatement. It's definitely not slowly. We're losing a generation of fans very quickly. Very, very quickly. L American is saying about to get the PSG Inter experience at home soil. That was 5-0. This one's 4-0, man, at halftime. It's going to get a lot worse. Julian Viva is saying, are you guys okay with the U.S. men's national team losing 7-0 to get Pochettino fired? I never thought I would say this, but I'll take Greg Berhalter back at this point. U.S. is losing 4-0. No, I wouldn't take Greg Berhalter back. If we fire Pochettino, you might as well go for, what's his name, Pellegrino Materazzo. You might as well go for Materazzo if you're going to fire Pochettino. Give him a shot. See what he can do. That would be the last attempt for this generation because losing 4-0 to Switzerland at home at halftime. The final score itself would be horrendous already. A terrible result, embarrassment. But this is not. And here, oh my goodness, almost again. No, I wouldn't take Greg Berhalter back. That's not the solution. Jacob Ramirez is saying maybe now we focus on trying to get right for Copa America in 2028 because we're cooked. Also, who do you think is going to win the Gold Cup? Because it's not going to be us. I mean, the clear favorites to win it, it's Mexico. Mexico are the favorites to win the Gold Cup. And then probably number 2 is Canada. But Mexico are the favorites. Dave Valensky is saying, is the Canadian MLS players better than the US MLS players? I would say so. But there's also the fact that the Canadians actually like playing for their national team. Why? I don't know. But they like playing for their national team. I don't see Canadians reject call-ups very often. While our players really don't seem to give a crap. Steven Spada is saying that Pochettino is the greatest coach ever for Switzerland. JH is saying, sorry, below average MLS players. Definitely that. Kyler is saying, I left for a second to take a dump. Who takes a dump in a second? When you go to take a dump, it's got to take at least 5 minutes. It can't come out that quickly, right? It's never that quick. You got to sit down and really enjoy your shit. You got to enjoy the moment, appreciate the moment. And when you're done, you feel relieved. No one takes a dump in a second. You've got to be out at least for 5 minutes. You went from 2-0 to 4-0. We took a dump too. So when you went to take a dump, it was 2-0. You came back, it was 4-0. Daniel is saying, we're so bad that it's 2025, and all I can think is, you know who would make this team more dangerous? Wando. We're screwed. Wando was better than Brian White, so that's for sure. Cubo Maker turning this schnit off. I'm going to watch it to the end. I have the Brazil game on too. Brazil playing Paraguay. Hopefully we see a good version of Brazil against Paraguay with Ancelotti's second game. I hope Brazil starts getting better. Tyson saying, can Pochettino get sacked at halftime? No, they're not going to sack him. They're not going to sack him at halftime. Who else? Eric Saul is saying, let's pray that is Brazil not qualifying to the World Cup? Amen. Brazil's going to qualify to the World Cup. They need like one win in 3 games. Brazil's going to qualify to the World. Brazil probably will qualify even today. If they win today, they're set. Not officially, but pretty much set. And guys, if you just made it to the stream, get those likes up. Let's try to hit 1,000 likes, maybe. Can we try to hit 1,000 likes? That'll make me feel a bit better. We're at 300. Just hit the like if you guys can. If not, it's whatever at this point. Truth Teller is saying, I think Tottenham will call US Soccer and see if they can work something out. Maybe be best for Pochettino, Tottenham, and US Soccer. Does Tottenham actually want Pochettino? Like, do you think they really want him? I don't know. If they want to make an offer and he wants to leave, I'll probably just accept it at this point and just hire Pellegrino Materazzo. Kevin is saying that Matt Turner has the reflexes of a drunk sloth. Hurts to see. He's not a good goalkeeper, guys. He's not a good goalkeeper. I don't know why Lyon is signing him. Jason Davis is saying this U.S. men's national team is getting grouped at the Gold Cup. Not the Gold Cup, because our group is terrible. It's Saudi Arabia, Trinidad and Tobago, and who else do we play? It's not a good group, guys. We're not going to get grouped in the Gold Cup. It's not. Like, our Gold Cup group is Trinidad, Saudi Arabia, and Haiti. No, I'm sorry. We're not going to get grouped in the Gold Cup. We'll get through that, but again, we'll probably lose to Canada, Panama, Mexico. God, we might even lose to Saudi Arabia. Dan is saying Tanner Tessman is mid for the USMNT, but Johnny is horrible. Johnny has been terrible for the national team. There's no defending him. I've stopped defending him for the national team. I'm not defending. He hasn't played well for the national team. There's no defending him. No pasa nada. Did Pochettino actually scout these dudes or just going off the old regime? Or maybe he's just calling up whoever U.S. Soccer wants him to call up at this point. Can someone explain to me how Arfston is a professional player? I just don't know. Holy cow. Saying, honestly, we should just tag our first team players and tell them that's what an actual Allen looks like. Players that actually want to play for the national team. Yeah, holy cow, they don't care. Like Christian Pulisic today was posting pictures of his vacation, making snarky comments when he literally knows that the fan base, if the fan base gives Christian Pulisic a sign, right? We tell him we didn't like this. You know what Christian Pulisic does? He shows us the finger. He shoves the finger up our ass. He twists it as hard as he can in every single U.S. soccer fan. You just had Christian Pulisic's finger up your ass today. You like it or not, that's what happened to you. And he twisted it. And it probably hurt. And you're just going to have to deal with it. That's literally what happened. So whether you like it or not, you just had Christian Pulisic's finger up your ass. That happened today, like 2 hours ago. Oh, you didn't feel it? Isaiah is saying, what are the chances that Pochettino gets fired? I think it's starting to become realistic. He's not going to get fired before the Gold Cup. But depending on how the Gold Cup goes, I wouldn't be shocked if he was fired. I think the odds are growing. Gio Lopez saying, maybe getting smoked like this will finally make Pochettino recruit our top dual nationals. The MLS guys ain't cutting it. Probably not. I mean, look, if we keep playing like crap like this, and it's halftime, 4-0 Switzerland, I don't think he'll continue as the coach if we lose in like a quarterfinals of the Gold Cup. Choo Choo Pamela is saying, but hey, they're wearing the rainbow number. The rainbow, I'm sorry, the rainbow number is not the problem. It's definitely not the problem. The custodian Lexi's King, can the United States pay Tottenham so they can take Pochettino? Or maybe they don't pay Tottenham, but Pochettino just goes. Just goes. That's all we need right now. Pochettino to just leave. What else? Steven Spada. If Pochettino goes, who should we tap for manager? Pellegrino Materazzo is available. That would probably be the quickest option right now. I don't want Berhalter back. So Pellegrino Materazzo has experience in Europe. He's American. I think he would take the job. So probably that's what I would do. Mike P saying, at least my Detroit Tigers are quality. Baseball team? I don't follow baseball, so I wouldn't really know. Sorry, I keep reading the super chats. I'll get back to it very soon. Let me check our tactical manager auction. The tactical manager auction. Here's the jersey. Right now, it's at $72. The 69 tactical manager jersey. Link is in the description. It's the only one that was ever produced. The tactical manager away 69 jersey. There are 19 bids already. 5 days left. $72 on eBay. The link is in the description. Good luck. Good luck to everyone that wants to win it. You guys asked for it. We put it. High quality jerseys. Good luck to anyone. Olympique Lyon has an American owner. They're doing USSF a favor. There's no way Lyon is going to go and keep Matt Turner as a starter. There's no way. They're going to have to sign a serious goalkeeper. Isn't Lyon in the Champions League? Didn't they qualify? Oh, no, they finished in 6th place. So they're going to play what? The Europa League? They're going to play the Europa League. You can't play the Europa League with freaking Matt Turner. I'm sorry, you can't do it. You just can't do it. Let's see. Turner or Onana? Onana, very easily the one I would pick. And I watch Manchester United quite a bit, and I'll go with Onana over Turner. It's a pretty easy decision, actually. Spurs are about to appoint Thomas Frank as the manager. Pochettino's not going back to Tottenham. There you go. There you go, guys. Pochettino ain't leaving. Tottenham is hiring Thomas Frank. Looks like you're stuck with Pochettino. Pochettino could end up fired, though. I don't know, like, if it'll actually happen, but, I mean, he could end up being fired. That could totally, totally happen. Oh, we got another bid for the jersey. It's at $73 now. Jeff Carey say, love it. Felt fabulous. What? The Pulisic finger up your ass? Jeff, you're never beating the allegations, man. You're never beating the allegations. Anton, we should have went for Jose Mourinho. His style of football suits us better. We should have used dark arts to win games. Also, Pochettino wages are covered by millionaires. They should stop paying him. Look, Jose Mourinho is under contract with Galatasaray, right? Or Fenerbahce. He's in Turkey. He wasn't available. So we couldn't have gotten him. Turtle, remember when Pochettino said the level of the MLS guys is the same as the guys in Europe? Yeah, he did say that. That is a true quote. He might have had too much wine. California wine. Like a whole bottle. And then he said that. Speaking of which, I have port wine at home. I should probably start drinking some port wine from this stream. But you guys don't want to get me drunk here. It wouldn't be good. It really wouldn't. That's how I get canceled. Zach, I missed the Bod Bradley and Klinsmann eras. Yeah, coaches that cared. For all the issues we had with Jurgen, at least he cared. And it was pretty evident that the players cared too back then. Timothy saying, this is why no one shows up. Pull a shit, you... Okay. Someone really hates Pulisic. Sebastian Cruz saying, at least Colombia is winning 1-0. I dislike this U.S. team. Yeah, Colombia is beating Argentina right now. Last but not least, at the super chat, and then we can talk about the first half, JU say, how far do you think Palmeiras goes in the Club World Cup? I think Palmeiras will get out of the group, and then Palmeiras will probably lose to the first big European teams they face. That's what I think will happen. So probably like quarterfinals. I think Palmeiras will get killed off in the round of 16 or quarterfinals of the Club World Cup. And okay, everyone, if you just made it here, make sure to drop a like in the stream if you haven't already. Thank you very much for that. So the United States is down 4-0 at halftime, and it's reached a point where we can't even get. Oh, Pete's here. I thought you quit. Like I thought you were just like done.
Yeah, I'm close. I
How
just
close?
delete
Like
my
4
YouTube
goals?
channel and go get a job.
Oh yeah, it's not looking pretty for the U.S. men's national team. It hasn't been pretty for quite some time, but this is too much. We're losing to Switzerland 4-0 at halftime at home. And I fully respect Switzerland because they're a good team, but they shouldn't be beating anyone 4-0 at halftime at home, away.
Maybe Andorra.
Maybe
Although
San
Andorra
Marino.
would put up more of a fight than we are.
Yeah, they would have. TB is saying it's time for Tack and Pete and other soccer snobs to take accountability for Pochettino. Y'all wanted the foreign manager so bad. Thanks for sabotaging us. Yeah, I think that's the right thing to do. It's to blame the guys on YouTube for this team
Well,
losing.
apparently Scuffed is already blaming us, so that's fine. We'll take accountability.
Man, I can't
Also,
believe
let's go back to the American who was the first coach in Copa America history to get grouped at home. That's the answer.
Yeah, we were thriving with Greg Berhalter. We were doing very well. I think that it's reached a point where we're walking into a catastrophic World Cup, and if you guys think me and Pete have this much influence, I actually appreciate it.
That's very kind of you.
Yeah.
No, I mean, look, all being serious, Pochettino had a good enough resume to be excited about it, right? This guy is coach at the highest levels. This guy took Tottenham to a Champions League final. Anybody who said Poch was a bad hire based on his resume would be out of their mind, right? Wasn't a bad hire. The problem is, if he cared, he'd probably be a lot better than this. We know he's a good enough coach to coach the USMNT. The problem is that Poch doesn't care. So how are you supposed to predict how much a coach is going to care? Do you think he would care more if he's American? Maybe. But Max Arfson really cares. It doesn't stop him from being utter dog shit.
Well, Berhalter cared. We never questioned him caring.
Yeah, that was not the issue.
And Berhalter caring also made him the first coach ever to get grouped as the host nation. It's the thing is, like, if we're being completely honest right now, it's the players right now on the field, most of them are just complete crap. They're just not good enough to play at this level. And the European players are just a bunch of rich, entitled kids. That's all they are. Overgrown toddlers that don't give a crap. While we're losing 4-0 to Switzerland, Pulisic's making that post about being just snarky and making fun of the fans that criticize him not being with the team over the summer. I mean, also look at it this way. The Swiss players that are here, didn't Akanji play all season long with Man City?
Yeah, he did. But he's not out here saying he's too tired to participate in a friendly.
Yeah, he's here playing. And isn't Man City in the Club World Cup?
Yes, they are.
So he's going to play the Club World Cup as well.
Well, so is Vini Jr., who's playing with Brazil right now, right?
In another country. And then he's still going to travel to the United States. And you don't hear him complaining about it.
Why weren't Weah and McKennie here too then?
Our players don't care. It's just, I wish it was different. But for anyone that says we don't call out the players, I don't know what else to say about the players. We talked about the ones that are shit. The ones that are shit. And we talked about the ones that we see playing well for their clubs, but they just don't care about the national team. I don't care what Pulisic says. He said that this is everything to him. I don't believe him. I just don't believe him until proven otherwise.
Actions speak louder than words. If your girlfriend says she loves you, but she's cheating on you, what do you believe?
I mean, I believe
I'm just saying, actions speak louder than words.
Yep. And SVG FTW, Harry start, Pochettino on vacation, not watching any film. Yeah, we also brought Nathan Harriel to the Olympics.
Dude, Nathan Harriel has played 2 minutes. He's not even a starter in MLS. He was benched by Frankie Westfield, who's with the under-20s. And yet somehow he's called up. Imagine being so shit. You're not even good enough for MLS, but you still get national team call-ups. Think about the lack of merit-based selections here right now, guys. Think about it.
And there you have it. X, thank you for the super chat with nothing written on it. Christopher Payne is saying, I'll sacrifice a goat to bring back BJ Callahan.
Here's my question. Is he going to fix this?
I mean, look, who can fix this at this point? Maybe.
This last year, right? We ended a year from now. We got knocked out of Copa America. We finished 4th in the Nations League. Poch now has 4 losses in a row. We ain't coming back from this unless all the Swiss players get sent off. Even then, who knows? That's 4 losses in a row now for Pochettino.
Yep. And honestly, not against any major opponent.
No, it's not
Panama, Canada, Turkey, and Switzerland. No major opponent.
No.
AK saying Marsh should have been the choice. We needed someone that demanded giving an F about playing for the United States. Hated that some players and fans were against it. I don't think Jesse Marsh was the solution. Sure, right now I have no issue admitting that we probably would look better under Marsh than Pochettino. He would care, but I don't think that was
But
the best
also
option.
Berhalter cared. The whole caring argument is like, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like Berhalter cared and he was shit.
Yeah, I think people forget that we got grouped in the Copa America and embarrassed by Colombia before it under Berhalter. So the issues you're seeing now, they were already happening before Pochettino got there.
Yeah.
We
Well,
almost got
also
eliminated by
Nations League,
Jamaica.
bingo. Berhalter got very lucky against Jamaica, right? Otherwise, we would have been out in Nations League in the semifinal also. And remember Trinidad and Tobago? We're playing against 10 men at home and we couldn't score until like the 88th minute under Berhalter. We lost to Trinidad and Tobago away. Guys, the like clamoring for a coach who cares. You have to remember Berhalter cared. And it didn't stop him from being utter dog shit.
And then I had to watch Nathan Harriel, who played the Union 2 minutes this season, start, but our federation can't bother to call Nathaniel Brown. This is a joke. Steven Spada, Pochettino took the job for money. At least Greg Berhalter had wins and decent results from time to time. Yeah, but he wasn't getting those anymore in the second run. He wasn't getting those. He got lucky with the last-minute own goal from Jamaica. Otherwise, he would have got knocked out in the semifinals of the Nations League to a Jamaica B team. And then when the summer arrived, he got humiliated by Colombia at home, tied the Brazilian national team that was shit in the Copa America and fired their coach right after. And on top of all of that, fired the coach a few months after. And then on top of that, he got grouped in the Copa America in a group with freaking Panama and Bolivia. Panama and Bolivia, dude. It wasn't like we got
and we
grouped.
lost to both of them.
Yeah, it's not like we landed in a group with Argentina and Colombia. It had Panama and Bolivia. In Bolivia, not in the altitude, right? It's like the shit version of Bolivia. Bolivia out of the altitude, that's a team that never makes it to a World Cup. That's a terrible team. Greg Berhalter saying, don't worry, I'll accept your apologies now. No, I'm not getting any apologies.
We are sorry that you ever coached the national team. Yes, that's our apology.
Yes. Ezra is saying, is there anything for us, for U.S. fans to do? ATP?
Stop going to the games. Stop giving them your money. Stop buying their, what is it? The fan jersey?
The heartbeat one.
The heartbeat jersey. Stop going to games. Empty stadiums. You know, all they care about is money. Okay. The federation, all they care about is money. So long as you keep giving them their money, nothing's going to change. You got to stop giving them your money. Even if you have to watch the game, watch it on like an illegal stream so you don't tune into the numbers.
We're not advocating for that. Pete just let that slip on accident. He's totally
I'm doing that. I'm just saying
totally
what
joking.
I'm doing.
Chris, Pochettino really said that these guys are at the same level as the European guys. He had too much California wine, Pete. Too much.
I don't know what he had. Maybe he ate something bad when he was coaching the Sidemen in Qatar.
I think
Joe Scally is as good as Max Arfsen, Tack. Joe Scally and Max Arfsen, same level player.
Yeah, Arfsen, Joe Scally doesn't get embarrassed like that in the Bundesliga.
Well, Joe Scally was actually one of the few good performers in Copa America.
Matthew Dominguez saying, worst part is that the Dodger game starts in an hour. Why is that the worst part? Kevin saying, Pulisic Instagram on the beach today. This is super soft. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. And he putting just what the doctor ordered. What is he? A teenager? Christian Pulisic's the type of guy that if him and his girlfriend break up, he's going to start posting pictures with like these hidden messages to hit her, right? That's what he would do. He's the type of guy that would do that. According to Marsh, Eustáquio was playing the friendlies, then playing for FC Porto, and then coming back for the Gold Cup. Why can't our boys do that? Because they don't care. They don't care, man. Thomas Garcia is saying, honest appraisal of Pochettino so far. Strength and weaknesses. Haven't been playing for the last 6 months, but this ain't it, Chief. And the last 6 matches. No, I said this before. If we don't win the Copa America, I am 100% for firing Pochettino.
You mean Gold Cup?
Gold Cup, yeah, sorry. If we don't win the Gold Cup, regardless of how it goes, I'm 100% for firing him because our group is shit. So him getting out of the group in the Copa America or the Gold Cup should be 100% 3 wins. That's how it should be.
Yeah.
X is saying we need a back three for the Gold Cup because none of the fullbacks are good enough. Play the 6 best midfielders with Haji. We don't have a 4-3-3 personnel. It doesn't matter too much who he selects, man. If we go to the Gold Cup bunkering, that's embarrassing if we do that. Jordan is saying Klinsmann was the best manager we've ever had, and the MLS cartel ran him out because he spoke against their mediocrity. Pro rel for the United States.
I think that Klinsmann suffered as a tactical coach. He was not a good tactician. But in terms of demanding like high-level performances and accountability, Klinsmann would have been a very good technical director for U.S. soccer. That's where he actually would have shined. And then you have somebody else be a tactical coach. Or you keep him as coach, but you give him a very good tactical assistant. The problem with Klinsmann, and he showed this at other places too, is he's a terrible tactician. Just awful.
So he made a bunch of subs. We brought the almighty Patrick Agyemang to save the day. Come back from this 4-0. Now we got this, man. We're down 4-0. Agyemang's going to score like 7 goals in this game, and we got this.
Imagine bringing Damian Downs all the way out here and you play Brian White and Patrick Agyemang over him.
Kev is saying there's no defending Pochettino here. Harrio and Arfston can't defend. Harrio's still on the field. Consistently isolated. This on Pochettino for putting them in this position. Yeah, they suck. And the coach chose them. That's it. And Gallardo saying, how is everything that could go wrong with Pochettino going wrong? I can't watch this team anymore. I mean, when you don't care about the job, this is what you see. We'll talk about the substitutions here in a second because I want to see exactly who came on for who.
So Luna came on. Tolkien came on. Oh, nice touch by Agyemang to start. Beautiful. Beautiful. Out for a goal kick.
I didn't see it yet.
Watch it. It's coming.
Okay. Pass inside. I think that's Luna. Okay, who has the ball here? Pass to Agyemang. Good, Agyemang. Good job.
Right out for a goal kick. Great touch.
And then Caleb saying, I'm scared we're going to flop at the World Cup, and the few that care right now just give up hope. No, guys, the way it's going after the World Cup, I'm quitting. The way it's going right now, we're quitting.
I'm going to start a movie review channel. That's what I'm going to do, honestly.
I'm going to go do something else. Like, Tomau is saying, who's running the organization worse, U.S. Soccer or Mike Corinthians? Your Corinthians has a lot of issues, man, and it starts with a lot of corruption. But I would say U.S. Soccer is worse. I would say it's worse. Brazilian clubs go through that, where they suck for a while. Corinthians will bounce back. U.S. Soccer, I'm not so sure. Corinthians will be fine. And I hate Corinthians. I'm a Palmeiras fan. X, bunkering is much less embarrassing than 4-0. Yeah, dude, but one thing is to bunker against Switzerland. The other is to bunker against Haiti. There's a difference, right? I would hope we're not going to go bunker against Haiti.
That would be hilarious.
We're like bunkering to beat them 1-0. We're like, it's a tough matchup. And they're saying Copa is still on Tax's mind. Yeah, man. Copa America was terrible for the U.S. men's national team. Then I went to the final, and I couldn't get in the stadium because of the HVAC Colombians. I couldn't get in the stadium. The Copa America was traumatizing for me. It wasn't fun. It sucked. Am I watching the Brazil match? Yes, Brazil's completely outplaying Paraguay, but it's still 0-0. I am watching Brazil. So substitutions for the U.S. I'm trying to update here. Apparently, Tim Ream is on.
Yeah, I think he came on for Walker because McKenzie's still on the field.
At least it seems like we're quitting on Walker. Okay, I got the subs here.
Wait, was that Walker?
Tim Ream is on. Actually,
no, he's on for Arfston. Walker's still there.
Yep, Ream for Arfston, Agyemang for White, Luna for Paxton, Tillman. No. Tolkien's on for Arfston. Tim Ream came on for Brendan Aronson.
So we're just going fully 5. We're going 3 at the back now.
Yeah. We're playing a back three. So Reem for Brendan Aronson, Luna for Paxton Aronson, Aguiman for Brian White, Tillman for Sebastian Berhalter, Token for Arfston. He just panicked. Tillman for Quinn Sullivan. He just panicked.
Yeah.
He's just like, I can't lose 8-0. But honestly, that might be the final score. The good thing here is I think he might quit on Zimmerman after this one.
I hope so, but nothing he does makes sense. Also, Nathan Harriel's still on the field.
Yeah. And everyone...
Instead of bringing on Damian Downs or even bringing Josh Sargent to this tournament, he brought fucking Patrick Agyemang, dude. This guy's the worst touch I've ever seen. And I've had to watch Duncan McGuire.
Yeah, and everyone, if you could just hit the like button, let's try to get it to 1,000 likes. We're at 500. If you guys can at least help us out with that, that's how more people find the channel. Even though I don't know if I want more people to find the channel.
Someone's asking who's the replacement? Who would be the replacement for Harriel? At least, Freeman, Alex Freeman. Is he much better? No, but he was better against Turkey than Harriel's been today.
He did look better, yeah. Or just put Chris Richards and just go with the back four that doesn't attack.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah. I mean, Freeman looked better last game. That's something. 4-0 Switzerland, 4 minutes into the game. I'm trying to watch both games here. Brazil and Paraguay. Paraguay almost scored. Can at least Brazil start being good again, Pete? Can I get something going for me? Just something, just one thing. Isn't it crazy how the U.S. is like regressing every single year? 2023 was worse than 2022. 2024 was worse than 2023. 2025 has been worse than 2024. If we keep going this trajectory, we might actually get grouped in the World Cup. Can you do the time check again? Yes, I'm at 50-28, 50-29, 50-30, 50-31, 50-32. Pete, do you want to see how the tactical manager jersey is going in the auction?
Yeah, let's take a look.
Let's see. Hold on. Let me refresh this. It's at $102. $102. Really good. And everyone, the link to the jersey is in the description of this video. 102. You guys really want the 69 jersey. Who knows? It might be worth a lot in a few years.
When we win TST next year.
Yeah, when we win TST, you guys, whoever buys this one will have the only 69 jersey for this edition. The edition that we got grouped. We're going to bounce back, going from grouped to trophy. Title, $1 million, 0 to hero next year. I also think for this game, Pete, I think Switzerland might just be okay with a 4-0 win, and they're just going to like let it be.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
They're saying Tottenham carried Pochettino. I disagree with that. I think he did a good job with Tottenham.
No, he did. Tottenham was not that good when he got there, guys. They had Harry Redknapp playing terrorist ball.
Is that Diego Luna coming with the flying scissor kick? At least he cares.
He definitely cares.
Can someone just get a red at this point? Can someone just come with the flying scissor kick on someone? Just make this exciting. Oh, boy. Do you think people are going to call us too negative after this? Like, should we look at the positives?
Some may try.
So what's the positives? Are we looking at the positives here?
The only positive is that we were right. I don't know. Like, that's like, what else are you going to say here? I want to say the positive is that some of these players may never get called up again, but I'm not sure that's true. Because it doesn't seem like merit-based call-ups, right? If it's merit-based call-ups, you can go, well, they're not going to get called again because they have been playing like shit. But they've been playing like shit for years and they're still getting call-ups. So what?
P, you know what's worse? Have you ever been in a group vacation and you just start to hate the group, but you still got like 7 days left in the vacation? And
yeah, we got another year with this.
No, not a year. I'm just saying we have another whole month with these players, the whole Gold Cup.
God.
It's like a crap vacation that we're stuck with these players at least till mid-July.
Yeah.
Oh boy. So Chris is saying, do you think at some point someone high up will put their foot down and demand changes? No.
High up where? The people at the top are the worst ones. JT Batson, one of the worst ones. Did you see him tweeting during the game today about a new diverse group of like a new diverse committee to help college soccer? That's what he's tweeting about right now.
And someone was talking to me about college soccer. It doesn't really matter for the player development. They get there at age 18. By then, if they're good enough, they should be professionals.
Yeah, if you're playing in college, you're not a good player.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, to everyone that's been saying we're too negative, um, whether it is a clown on YouTube or scuffed or just random people here, I don't know what else you guys want us to be at this point. Unless you're okay losing to Switzerland 4-0 at home 1 year before the World Cup. If you're okay with that, then yeah, we're too negative. But Ryan, okay, so let me put this. Ryan says, you are negative, but also correct. So that's not negativity. That's fair criticism. That is fair criticism. Negativity is just being negative for the sake of it. Like if you're saying we're correct, it's just fair criticism. It's not negativity. That's my point. God, I look, I wish I could just be delusional, happy, and cheering this team on. I wish. They're saying, what's the jersey size? It's size L, so it's a large, but it's not super large. Like it's even okay for me. I'm not a big guy. I'm not very tall. I mean, I'm taller than Tom Cruise, but I'm not very tall. Okay? Right, Pete? I'm taller than Tom Cruise.
That's true.
He's seen it live. He knows I'm taller than Tom Cruise. I'm also better looking than Tom Cruise. So it is true. Yeah, it is true. He's like 200 years old now. Anton is saying, my prediction is that Brazil made a mistake hiring Ancelotti. Why? They tied Ecuador away, which Ecuador is the second best team in World Cup qualifying. They're playing Paraguay right now, and they're slightly better. I think it's too early to criticize Ancelotti.
Dude, Aguiman again. He's lost the ball every single time he's gotten it.
Jeremy Jones saying, speak your truth. We're getting hammered. We've always spoken our minds, me and Pete. No matter, we've been called every single name out there. Even Twitter ISIS.
Twitter ISIS is my current favorite.
Even Twitter ISIS we've been called. We've been called every single name possible, and we kept saying what we think, whether it's right or wrong, doesn't matter. And I mean, right now, it's just complete crap. There's nothing else to say. And they're saying, Logan is saying, surely FIFA would be willing to rig the World Cup round of 16 match for the United States in the interest of ratings, right? I'm starting to hope so, man, because they can make some good money. That's
all we can hang on to now.
They're saying Tom Cruise wishes he was 5'9". There you go. He wishes. He wishes he was as tall as myself. Matt is saying, if you're playing in college, you're not a good player. At what age should you be elite? Not elite, but if you're 18 or 19 and you are an elite talent with some rare exceptions, you probably should be in a professional roster. Not in college soccer.
We've seen college soccer. Even D1 college soccer is awful, guys. Awful.
Yeah, of course, you guys can start pointing out to some very rare exceptions, which can happen. But the majority
of a good player can come out of the Albanian league once in a blue moon. That doesn't mean that it's a good development system.
Yeah, most elite players at age 18, 19, 20, they're in a professional roster. They might not be starting, but they're in the roster. They're ready with the professional team. Okay? Again, don't use the exception as the norm.
Well, there are thousands of college soccer players every year. Thousands. So if one or two break through once in a while, that is not something you can point to and say, this proves college soccer is good. No, they are the exceptions.
Dude, the tactical manager 69 jersey is at 132 now. People are going to be fighting for this in 6 days when the auction ends. Should have made more of them.
I know. Should make special edition 69 jerseys. Someone's saying
Okay.
Clint Dempsey. Guys, Clint Dempsey broke through in the 90s. Can we please stop using something that happened in the 90s as evidence? College soccer has actually gotten worse, not better. Worse. You know
Not
why?
90s, right? Dempsey wasn't 90s. It was when did he debut in MLS? It was like early 2000. It was after the World Cup.
No, I think it was 2001, maybe. Okay, either late 90s or early 2000s. Okay, but reality is, even if it was yesterday, what's the Canadian striker in Orlando who played like 1 or 2 years in college?
It was Kyle Larin.
Kyle Larin, right? So he's the exception to the rule. But if you have 12,000 people and one of them becomes a decent player, that's not the development system. That's good. If the development system was good, you'd be getting hundreds of players coming out of college soccer every year, at least good enough to play in MLS.
Well,
how many
usually
MLS teams now skip on the draft? Even they don't even draft college soccer players anymore. Or if they do, they go send them to play for their League Two teams.
the thing I think I would say about the college system, the reason a few players come out of it, very few come out of it, it's not really because the system is good. It's just because the professional scouting in this country is not good enough. So they miss out on a few guys. They end up going to college and then eventually they become pros. But it's very few. It's very few out of thousands of athletes. Thousands, right? It's just not good enough for a professional level. There are good players in college for the college level. The professional level, if you're good enough at age 18, you'll be in a professional roster. Lionheart Fitness is saying America hosting the FIFA Club World Cup might be football humiliation ritual at this point. My goodness, I don't have much hope. I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I'm still hoping some miracle happens within the next 12 months, but the data suggests that we're going to be humiliated next year. Maybe we'll get out of the group, and then after that, it could be very embarrassing. Apparently, people were calling me and Pete too negative when we were criticizing this team for the 2-1 loss to Turkey. Apparently, that was.
Oh, my YouTube comments are full of it. Full of it.
Yeah. But anyhow, thank you everyone that tuned in. We're at 639 likes. If you kindly could get those likes up. And if you want to get the special edition Tactical Manager 69 jersey, link is in the description of this video, and a NordVPN special offer. Outside of that, I have nothing else good to say about this game. And Brazil's tying Paraguay 0-0. They're attacking, but they're not doing much either. It does feel like Switzerland just tuned out.
They've taken their foot off the gas now.
They're nice people, right? They're very nice people.
Yeah. Also, what are you going to do? Like hammer the poor United States for it's a friendly for them too, right? Some of them have Club World Cup happening. Some of them have, they don't want to get injured.
Yeah, they're showing some mercy. Or Pochettino's a genius and he made incredible subs at halftime.
Some of the subs I like, but some of them, I don't think there's much of a difference at this point.
Yeah, I'll see if I'm gonna do the 7 things we learned tomorrow or not. I just don't see any lesson being good.
I think the post game is going to be less than half an hour attack.
Yeah, it's just gonna be beating the same shit all over again. I do think it's important to talk about how a lot of these players are getting exposed. The players that we've talked about many times. Look at Aguiman. Aguiman with the ball, and he shoots it right at the defender.
Yeah.
JU saying, do y'all think we will be worse than Qatar? Let me put it this way. If we get the same group Qatar got, we would get grouped.
Yeah.
We are not beating Ecuador or the Netherlands with this team. But here's the thing. A few third-place teams will advance. So maybe. But, we could get a group. If we get a group like with Ecuador and the Netherlands, I don't know, man. I don't like our odds. Hopefully they give us a very easy group. Cross goes in, cleared by the Swiss. Diego Luna, no. Blocked
All right,
again.
Tack. I'll see you in the post game.
See you soon in like 30 minutes, Pete. 30 minutes roughly.
All right.
Let me ask everyone in the chat one thing. It's like 9:30 p.m. here on the East Coast. Why are you guys watching this? I'm dead serious. Why do you guys hate yourselves? I mean, I know why I'm watching it. I made a commitment to cover the national team at least till the World Cup. So I'm covering the national team. Why are you guys watching it? Just tell me why. Why are you guys watching it? I, I I'm very curious to why anyone's watching this game still. Y'all care? I turned off. Okay, so you guys are just with the stream. Never give up. It's 4-0 Switzerland. We've clearly given up in this game. I guess at this point, let's just enjoy the train wreck. Let's just enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the train wreck at this point. Brazil still tying Paraguay 0-0. When will Vinicius Jr. start to perform well for the national team? That's one thing that I'm wondering with Brazil. Ariel's awful. Not watching. So yeah, I guess many of you are not really watching it. You guys are just kind of like listening to the stream at this point. Yeah, you guys are just chilling. Yeah, I guess I unplug my mic. Keeps unplugging my mic for some reason. I guess we're just gonna kind of hang out here then, while the United States is getting humiliated. Now they're subbing out Shaka just to rest him. What a garbage performance! What a garbage performance! Oh, Brazil scored. Brazil scored. At least that. Who scored for Brazil? I need to rewatch this. 1-0 Brazil. Carlo Ancelotti's Brazil gets their first ever goal. In case you guys give a shit, Brazil's Ancelotti gets their first goal. Let me see who scored. So is Rafinha down the right flank. Still has the ball. Paraguay's defense does a shit job. Mateus Cunha wins it, crosses it, and Vinicius Jr. gets the goal for Brazil. Hopefully that gets him going for the national team because he's always crap. But a sliding finish here from Vinicius Jr. Brazil 1, Paraguay 0 in São Paulo, Brazil, in the Itaquerão or Neoquímica Arena. So Brazil's getting their first win here with Carlo Ancelotti. They got the draw against Ecuador away, which was a good result. And now they're beating Paraguay at home. It seems like Carlo Ancelotti is slowly getting Brazil back on track. I'd still like to see Brazil get a bigger win here, like a more dominant win, 2-3-0, but it's a good start. They get a late goal here in the first half, and they're going to go to halftime with the 1-0 lead. And it seems like he's fixing Brazil's leaky defense. Steven saying, because we love you, bro, that's what we tune in for. Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you all very much. At least you guys supporting the channels is probably what keeps us going because it's been very dismotivating the past few months to cover the national team. And seeing the players not care just breaks our heart too. We started this project in 2020, late 2020, early 2021 with lots of passion. And that could have been red. That could have been red. And who else here? Kevin Campbell saying, following the U.S. men's national team since the 1990 World Cup. Never been this bad. Kevin, yes and no. I think 2017 was worse. When we didn't qualify to the World Cup, that was kind of unbelievable at the time for me. So I think 2017 was worse, in my opinion. All right, free kick here for Switzerland. We're about to hit minute 69. Darian saying, do you think Luis Diaz is a good fit for Barcelona? I think they're trying to go after him. Look, I watched Barcelona play this season, but I didn't watch every game. I'm not the Barcelona expert, so I'm probably not the right guy to answer that. But as far as I know, Barcelona has Rafinha and they also have Lamine Yamal on the wings. So where would he fit? Would they just play Rafinha or Lamine Yamal as a 10? Because Luis Diaz would essentially have to be the left winger. That's where he's at his best. He's definitely good enough to play for Barcelona. But I mean, I'm not a Barcelona expert, so I don't know because you do have Rafinha and Lamine Yamal. You probably have to play like a 4-2-3-1 and put Lamine Yamal or Rafinha as the 10. That's what I think. So if anyone's a Barcelona fan, give us your takes. We hit minute 69, so we can just go with it. We'll keep the channel tradition. Nice, nice. By the way, the auction. The link to the jersey auction is in the description of this video. And the auction right now is at $132. You guys really want this jersey. Who would have thought an official tactical manager jersey from the TST would go for over $100? This is crazy. This is very crazy. And look at this. We still have many days left. The link to the jersey is in the description of this video. And here it is. $132. 32 bids. 32 bids. You guys really want it. How many people are after this jersey? The link is in the description, by the way, everyone, for this jersey if you guys want it. It's the only one that we have. It's the only white jersey with the number 69, and it's brand new. No player wore it. They didn't use it. So link to the jerseys in the description of this video. And this video is also brought to you by NordVPN. There's a special offer from NordVPN for our viewers in the description of this video. I hope you, Pete, and Straight Red continue to cover soccer in general after 2026 because it really got me back into the game. Thanks, man. Yeah, I hope so too. But again, look, YouTube is not a lot of money. We do it mainly just because we really enjoy it. The moment it's not enjoyable, we just kind of like have to reevaluate what it's worth or not, our time, right? I'm still going to be watching the national team. I'm still going to watch the games, but I'm just saying the moment it's not enjoyable, you have to rethink in life because we've always done this out of passion. And right now, that's a bit questionable of like how much it's been enjoyable to do this. But don't worry, we're here till the World Cup. That is guaranteed. I keep my word. It's a promise. We ain't going anywhere. Pokemon stream. Larry Flacco is asking for a Pokemon stream. They don't call me. Look, I know a lot about Pokemon. I know more about Pokemon than Pochettino knows about soccer. I'm a Pokemon master. I know a lot, and I have a lot of Pokemon toys behind me. Do you guys want me to show you the Pokemon toys that I have? Do you guys want me to show you? Let me get the webcam here. I know this is completely off topic, but if you're a Pokemon fan, look at what I got. Look at it here. Look at this. Look at this. Look at those beauty. Pokemon scale world right there. Look at this beauty. If you're a Pokemon fan, look at this. Look at that beauty. And then we got these here too. The legendary beasts right there. So if you're a Pokemon fan, you probably enjoyed that. Those are all Pokemon Scale World from Japan. And I'm going to try to collect more. I'm a big Pokemon guy. Maybe I should start streaming Pokemon games. That's probably what I should start doing. DK57 saying, now the U.S. men's national team knows what Grenada feels. Not yet. Switzerland would have to score a few more goals. It's only 4-0. Neither team has done crap in the second half. Switzerland just doesn't care anymore. Damian Downs is coming on. I guess we get to see him a little bit. Besides, and in Productive Grind Academy saying, besides U.S. and Mexico, which CONCACAF nations stand out? Canada. Canada would be one. Canada's an interesting one. Canada has an identity. And under Jesse Marsh, they've been getting the best out of them. Sure, they struggled and they lost to Mexico in the Nations League, but Canada could win the Gold Cup. Canada's an interesting one. And then you have Panama. Panama lacks quality, but they're very well coached, and he does get the best out of those players. So let's say Panama and Canada are the other two interesting ones. Honestly, Panama and Canada, until proven otherwise, they're ahead of the United States right now. Until proven otherwise. Um, they're saying fake. No, those Pokemons are not fake. They are not fake. They are real Pokemon scale world. If you guys look it up from Bandai, they're beautiful Pokemons. They're. I love them very much. I love those Pokemons. Group trip to Japan. Maybe we can try to schedule a group trip to Japan. We'll catch a few games. They don't really have games in Tokyo, but we can go to Osaka, watch Ceres Osaka. I did go to a game in Japan. Maybe that's what I should start doing. We should start doing group trips to interesting countries. Japan being one of them. Maybe Europe. I've never been to Europe, actually. Cole is saying I'm used to being disappointed by the Dallas Cowboy. Oh, you're used to being disappointed. You're a Dallas Cowboys fan. Yeah, I feel for you. I don't follow NFL that closely, but I know a thing or two about the Dallas Cowboys. Very rich team though, or franchise, shall I say? Very, 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 very rich. Matt B is saying this feels more hopeless than 2018. At least we had a golden generation to look forward to. The future is so bleak, it's depressing. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory. When we didn't qualify to the World Cup, I don't remember the mention of a golden generation coming up. I don't remember that. Maybe you guys can refresh my memory. I just remember just complete depression in the USMNT community and many people just kind of quitting. I don't remember any mention of a golden generation when we failed to qualify to the World Cup. Maybe my memory is failing me. That's I don't remember that. Oh Lord, the tactical manager jersey on eBay now it's at $150. You guys really want this jersey? 150, and there's still 5 days left in this auction. 5 days. 5 days. They're saying a while ago you were kissing Pochettino's ass. I don't kiss anyone's ass. That is disgusting. And he probably has a hairy ass. I never kissed his ass. I haven't seen it. I'm just assuming it's very hairy. But no, I wasn't kissing his ass. I thought it was a good hire. I thought it was a good hire. But the problem is the dude doesn't seem to care. His resume spoke for itself. On paper, he definitely was a good hire. Do you guys think Spicy Jeff has seen Pochettino's ass? Maybe he did. Maybe he did. We can ask Spicy Jeff. 725 likes in this stream. Thank you very much, everyone. 725. Maybe we can hit 1,000. Maybe not. Who knows? Who cares? You're thinking about it too hard. You might be right. The Rock. You might be right. I'm glad The Rock is watching the stream, but you might be right. You might totally be right. And then Pulisic shoved his finger up Pochettino's ass. No, I don't think he's done that, but he's done that to all of us today. You like it or not, Pulisic shoved his finger up your ass today. You like it or not, that happened. That just happened. 4 losses in a row. Yeah, it's not looking good for Pochettino. Not looking good for him. Okay, let's see here. Kyler saying Tack does not eat the booty like grocery. Confirmed. Yeah, no further comment. I'll plead the fifth on this one. I'll plead the fifth. No further comment. Yeah, U.S. Soccer might need to fire Pochettino before it's too late. But the problem is, will it even matter with these players if you fire Pochettino? Does it even matter? I just don't know anymore. I just don't know. Wally B say, I was there Saturday. We played better in the rain. Did we play better or Turkey's just worse than Switzerland? I don't know. Okay, let's see here. Can we still run out Clint Dempsey? No. Clint, unfortunately, is no longer in professional shape. Unfortunately, no. If we had Clint Dempsey right now, it'd be really good. But unfortunately, that ship has sailed. He retired. He's done. Finished. Then again, it is what it is. I hope this team can get us excited. Does anyone think the US can win the Gold Cup? Like the Gold Cup's coming up. Does anyone think the US can win it? I just don't know anymore. No, no one believes the US can win it. I mean, the Gold Cup is pretty damn bad. It's definitely worse than Turkey and Switzerland. So there is a chance, but the way the US is playing, I don't see us beating Canada. I don't see us beating Mexico. And honestly, we've had better players before and we still were not able to beat Panama. So I can't see these guys beating Panama either. I honestly don't know. Last stream with Pete, I did say that I think there was a shot of us winning the Gold Cup and it were high odds. But looking at it now, I don't know. It might not be that high. Maybe I was too optimistic. Mr. Negative here was too optimistic for this team. Steven is saying we're going to lose to Trinidad. I think we're worst case scenario, we'll tie Trinidad. I don't think we'll lose to them. Or maybe again, I'm just being a little too optimistic. Maybe I'm just being way too optimistic. And John Tolkien is down, screaming and whining. Switzerland to ball. The only reason Switzerland stopped scoring is because they don't give a shit, dude. They don't care. They got the 4-0 lead and they don't care anymore. They're saying I'm too optimistic. Yeah, I might be too optimistic. I'm known as Mr. Negative apparently, but at the same time, I'm delusional and too optimistic just to think this team could win the Gold Cup. I just think they could. It probably won't happen though. It most likely won't happen. 769 likes. If we could hit 1,000, I would truly appreciate it. If we can hit 1,000, which we probably won't. Probably won't. Sorry for the voice, guys. A little bummed out and tired of this team, and we're still gonna have to watch the same set of players. We're stuck with them throughout the entire summer. We're stuck with them through the whole Gold Cup. Also, I didn't like Pulisic putting his finger up our asses earlier today. There's that too. I did not enjoy it. I didn't like it. No crying, please. I'm not crying. I never cry. I never cry. Definitely not crying. Anyone else crying in the chat? Oh, Mexico's winning? So Mexico is beating Turkey? Is this serious? Let me see here. Mexico. Oh, Mexico's not losing to the Thanksgiving dish. So, yeah, Mexico's beating Turkey 1-0 in the first half. Orbelin Pineda scored. And it seems like Mexico might be rotating. Raul Jimenez is not starting, for example. Unreal. Unfreaking real. Mark is saying more impressed with Matt Freeze than Turner. That is a low bar, but I would say that Matt Freeze is probably better than Turner right now. It's a low bar, and I don't think it's like it's more or less 6 and half a dozen. I don't think it matters too much, but I'm saying I'm gonna cheer for Pulisic when he comes back. I'm gonna root for the national team, but I'm definitely not happy for Pulisic. Not happy for him. Not happy about him, but I'll root for the national team for sure. But yeah, I'm not really happy about Christian Pulisic. And you know what? The haters are going to say that, or they were saying that this team would flop in the World Cup. And to that, I have to say that the haters were right. They were right. After this game, I'm going to have to listen to some Bono to cheer me up. I have to put Bono on. Bono or Madonna, one or another. One of them will have to cheer me up. Okay, last substitution here for Switzerland. Guy I don't know the name comes out, and guy that I also don't know the name. 'Yeah, the haters were right, man. They know ball. They said the U.S. men's national team was shit, and they were right. '84 minutes. Did the U.S. shoot any time on target? Did we get any shot at all in the second half? We didn't do anything, did we? We didn't do anything in the second. Should I do a 7 things we learned tomorrow? I'm dead serious. Should I even bother? We have 0 shots on target. Switzerland had 7. We had 0. 0 shots. Should I even do a 7 things we learned tomorrow? I can probably do it. It's just going to be very negative. They're just going to keep calling me negative. But I don't know what to be positive. I think the only positive is that a lot of these crap players are being exposed. Diego Luna. Oh, good move there from Luna. That was pretty. It doesn't really matter, but that was a pretty move from Diego Luna. Hagiman is so bad. Did you guys seen that move from Luna? Pretty nice. Doesn't matter too much. Bradford saying, Tack, how many more camps do we have till the World Cup? We have the September camp. We have the October camp. We have the November camp. Then next year, we have the March camp. So we have 4 camps until the World Cup. 4 more camps, and then we get into the World Cup. 4 more. September, October, November, and March. Unless you count the January camp too, then 5. But I don't think that one really matters. Next camp is September. Christian Pulisic will get booed. Definitely. I doubt it. U.S. soccer fans are very soft. They're just going to be happy that he's back. He should get booed, but I don't think he's going to get booed. I just don't think it's going to happen. I'm sorry. That's how our fan base is. Four more minutes. 4 more minutes. You know what? Why don't I start ending this stream so I can go eat something and get ready for the post game and mentally prepare for it. But before we go, once again, thank you everyone that put on a bid for the Tactical Manager jersey, the away jersey number 69. It's a beautiful jersey, high quality jersey that Senda gave us. And if you guys want it, the link is in the description. Keep an eye out for it. There's 5 more days of this auction, and then it's going to be gone. So the link will be in the description. And last but not least, I'm going to put a quick word from the sponsor of this video, NordVPN, that they have a special offer for you. And then I'll be back to say bye. I'm going to send everyone kisses, so don't go anywhere. I'll be back in a minute just to say bye. Don't leave me yet. You know, having a VPN is quite important these days because it'll protect your privacy, security by encrypting your data and your IP address. And you know what? It can also help prevent your Google search history from leaking. And that is why we are partnering up with NordVPN. Now listen, very often I travel to Brazil and the channel producer lives in Europe. We have to follow all these soccer games on different streaming services that don't really work outside of the United States. But with a VPN, you can set your location for the United States of America. And very often, it will work. At least it has for myself. And that allows me to watch the games we need and enjoy American content when located abroad. And today we have a special offer for you through NordVPN. Click the link in the description of this video and you will get 4 extra months on your 2-year plan, which technically means you get 4 free months in your 2-year plan. But they're not actually free, they're extra. Does that make any sense? It's also risk-free with Nord's 30-day money-back guarantee. So click the link in the description of this video to get your special offer, and in the process, you'll be helping yourself and the channel. And thank you very much, NordVPN. Okay, we're back. Guys, we're going to go to 11 Yanks for the post game. If you guys want to get the jersey, link is in the description. We'll see. Maybe tomorrow we'll do a 7 things we learned. Maybe we won't. We'll see. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys at 11 Yanks, and that's all. Ciao.